Hello and welcome back to Dinner with Daisy. I'm Daisy, and Chef Waffles has a particularly special event planned for you tonight. This is going to be a special one if you like to have guests over and want something dog-friendly to share. Let's start by building an appetizer for the humans. I have 3 different kinds of cheese here: Gouda, Swiss, and Asiago. We're going to turn them into roses, but they each melt a little differently. So I want to show you how I do each of them. First, the ones that come in slices, we're going to go ahead and cut into thin strips. We'll start with Gouda, and we'll put it on a small either paper plate or a regular plate will work too, but it gets really, really hot on a regular plate and it's a little bit harder to handle. So we're gonna do a paper plate. We'll put that in the microwave for absolutely no longer than 10 seconds. For Gouda, it usually takes about 7 to 9. As soon as you hear it bubbling, you can pull it out. And go ahead and take one of these partially melted strips, and you can roll it up into the shape of a flower. And there we have a little Gouda rose. Now for these straight strips, we can fold one side down a little bit. For these straight strips, we'll twist it and then start rolling so that it gives us a little bit of indent in the middle of the flower instead of a bump coming out of it like this one. This way I'm able to show you both. So see, this is when we take a straight one and we twist it into a ball, or we twist one of the corners down. And this one is when we just roll it straight down right away. Now this one has set a little, so we can roll it up into a little flower. Gouda is a little sticky because it's not quite as greasy as the other cheeses. Now we'll do the same with the Swiss. Swiss isn't as soft as Gouda is, so I anticipate it taking a little bit longer in the microwave. The Gouda took about 7.5, 8 seconds this time, and so we will see how long the Swiss takes. Yeah, so that took about 10 or 11 seconds. Definitely more than the Gouda. All right, roll that little ball, and then we can start rolling. Roll until we get a nice little Swiss rose. If it's trying to fall apart, then a lot of times I'll squeeze it a lot at the bottom to really make that shape stay. Then we'll do the same thing a couple more times to get a couple more Swiss roses. Now I like to use all ingredients that are not harmful to dogs. Dogs shouldn't eat cheese because it's way too fattening. They're not gonna process that fat correctly. But if they get a hold of your skewer at a dinner party, then there's not gonna be any harm that comes to them. They might just get, some digestive issues going on. Now we'll go ahead and put some Asiago on this plate. Asiago is the firmest of all of these cheeses that we're working with today. So I'm actually not sure if it's going to take a very short amount of time to melt or the longest of all. We'll find out. So that took 6 seconds, the shortest time out of all of them. Oh, okay, but it's not as even. So these stiffer cheeses are a lot of fun, but it's hard to get an even melt on them. Had the same issue with Parmesan. But we are able to get some pretty roses out of them. Our chef needs some payment. That one didn't work out as well, but that's okay. We've got plenty to work with. All right, so we've got some Asiago roses, some Gouda roses, and which one's the best? And some Swiss roses. Set those aside. We'll get started on the next part. So we are going to take a carrot and we'll make some carrot roses. Now when we roll this thin slice of carrot up, careful not to break it, then we can see how this turns into a rose as well. We want to take a toothpick and stick it through this carrot. There we go. So there's a cute little carrot rose, and then we can put one of our cheese roses on there too. We can fold a piece of basil, kind of like an accordion, and then tuck the edges in to make it puff up nice and big. And then we'll put that on there as well as a nice little leaf for our rose bush. Take a pepper and cut a little slice out of here. Good girl. Yeah, I know you love peppers. Mom, you're not sharing enough. And then we can cut a little triangle out of that and put it at a little bit of an angle. And then we'll put some meat on here too. Now we'll go ahead and make a rose out of our meat. So we've got some ham and we've got some turkey. And we're gonna cut both of these in half. Ham is really, really fattening, so I wouldn't choose to give it to Waffles, but if she stole it off the counter while I was entertaining guests, again, it wouldn't cause her any harm. So I'm gonna overlay these a little bit, and then I'll fold the longer edge over the shorter one, and then roll it up. And now we have such a cute little rose garden on our toothpick for us humans to enjoy. Now, this is a cooking for dogs show, right? Not exactly, it's cooking for both of us. But now we're gonna show you how to entertain your canine guests. We're going to cut a strip of our celery off, and then we'll cut it at an angle at the end. Cut it again to a point, and then we just want to make it a little bit thinner. So now we have a celery spear. Put the ham away, we don't need ham right now. And then we can roll just our turkey into a little turkey rosette and stab our little celery spear right through there. So now we have a little appetizer for our human guests and for our canine guests. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please make sure that you like it and share it with a friend. Also make sure that you're subscribed to us because we have a lot more dog-friendly content to share with you. We will see you next week for some more doggone cooking.